Okay, I believe we should be live. Hello, guys, and welcome back to Fox to Fox Report. So, just trying to reflect on what has happened in the past 24 hours with this performance. The fact that we came from a great victory on Monday, thinking that we had a click with the team, with the chemistry, coming forward to Bournemouth, that really has to just give me one sec. Sorry, 1 second, 1 second. Sorry about that. So, yes, going to what this performance was, we can blame Rodgers all we want. We can say Rodgers out. And I'm not saying that, that's true. I'm saying that we have to give also fault to the players that have just been performing poorly. And I didn't think that we sat back the whole time. We had an attack. We were defending well in the midfield, getting the ball back, trying to attack once again, but we just did not take advantage of opportunities. We gave the ball away so easily, and then everything just crumbles, and everyone's all up top, and we're just have what, one, two, three players coming back when Bournemouth are on the counterattack. Like, it just wasn't all sitting back. It wasn't working. Our attack wasn't working, and we just gave up on the play itself. Like I said, Bournemouth had an open space to go on the attack, and that's why they had so many opportunities to shoot on goal, and that's pretty much why they deserve the win. Now, just going over to our performance, what do you guys rate it? I'd say a two. Well, even a one. That's not acceptable. We can't be just giving excuses. Rodgers out. Rodgers is at fault for the whole loss. We have to take some blame on the players. Players just giving foolish passes. Johnny Evans, Ufes. Like, why are they passing the ball back to Ward when clearly Bournemouth are just pressing and not even knowing if any of the players are open to receive the pass? It's just one of those things that is really, really annoying, and I can't really say that it's all Rodgers' fault. It isn't. It isn't. But yes, leave it all in the comment section below. And yeah, and that goes to, like I said, extremely poor in attack. Patson Daka, the goal itself, we can't really bring anything on that besides that we were at a right spot at the right time, quick to react, and then Daka, of course, quick to take a shot, and it went in. But to create from there, there's nothing that I saw from the match against Forest to say that what we've been doing led up to that goal. No, and just to go off that first goal, great. We scored, think of something better to do after. We necessarily weren't attacking before then, but then we scored, and yet we just did not know how to react when Bournemouth bring on more pressure. So, Daka receiving the ball up top, he always would try to body it out, but he would get bodied by the Bournemouth defenders. And then the defenders, they just push him down. Daka waits for the call. Everyone's just waiting for a call. There's no call. And then Bournemouth just keep on playing during the counterattack. And that's what we've been constantly seeing. And that ruins the formation. That ruins the whole concentration. And next thing you know, we are more than, they're more than like 5 players attacking. We're less than 3. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. And I necessarily didn't think that the formation itself was bad. I didn't think, Samore. Well, it was a 4-3-3. I'm not sure if it was a 4-1-4-1, but from what I was watching the game, it was a 4-3-3. Now, no one was off. I think, no one was, there was no disorganization, but I just think people were just getting out of place. Like, there was nothing wrong with the formation starting itself, and there's nothing wrong with, Rodgers putting that formation. So Yeah, it's just it's very annoying. Um, Going over now to just Justin, very vulnerable, very vulnerable. The fact that he's easily just they literally cut in and he's cutting the other way, cut out, very vulnerable. Anyone can take him on, and it's just I don't see where that improvement has been happening ever since his whole injury. So yeah, it's just I don't know what our options are, but I think the fact that we need a right winger, there's multiple positions that we need to fill. Um, and also, yeah, I was going to say Daka's call for the foul. It's not, we can't be relying on that. We can't because it ruins the whole scheme itself of attack. And then we're left with 1-2 defending while Bournemouth are counterattacking. It's just very annoying. I think the only players that can I say play well in this match were Madison and Samore. I didn't see them really losing the ball. If anything, Madison was going for the play, starting the attack, taking on players, giving good balls to Barnes, and Barnes wasn't doing much. He wasn't. He was receiving the ball, trying to take on a player, really couldn't do it. He lost it. And there were some other times where he was completely open. Madison or Tielemans would give him a ball. He would even stop it and go out of bounds. Things like that. Things like that, but also going now into what the goal was. The first goal for Bournemouth. I think that's KDH's fault. You have to, even though you lost the ball, you clearly see your whole team has pushed up. And you see Fast right there with one quick Bournemouth player. So how are you going to just turn your head and just let him throw the ball in? You have to, if anything, kick the ball out even more or stand right in front of him. That was such a poor reaction to losing that ball and making Bournemouth have an easy way to just throw the ball. Face also just another thing that really annoys me, the fact that he didn't put much effort in passing back to Ward, and the next thing you know, he's beaten. It's just one of those things that I don't know. I want to say we have a great defender, but that necessarily doesn't say that there are some bad qualities from him that we necessarily can see. Yeah. Let's go in the comments. Yes, Leicester fan. I'm the guy from Ant Stream. Yes, how are you doing? Yeah. So I was like I was saying, the first goal was KDH's fault. Clear as day. He lost the ball, didn't do anything about it. He let the Bournemouth player just throw it right in without any defense whatsoever, not even putting his body right in front of him, trying to at least get a yellow card. Because clearly, like I said, we're all upward. We're not coming back. Justin's the only one coming back on that side. And you clearly see as the Bournemouth defender gets the ball to throw it in, KH is just literally walking like next to him, like looking at him. And then that was so predictable that they're going to score. And the fact that they've been attacking so much, I knew that going forward, if they were going to score and tie it, they're going to score one more and then just turn it around because it was so clear as day, clear as day. Yeah. But yeah, going more into other things that we have to now look forward into this match. I mean, into now the whole rest of the season with the formation, I mean, with the whole the table. I used to think seasons ago, just being in 10th, 11th, and 13th place felt like a relegation zone for me. But now we are actually in the relegation zone. So we have to just be realistic with ourselves and look that 17th place, 16th place, 15th place is what we have to fight for the rest of the season. We can no longer look further, but like beyond 13, 12, 11. No, that is not the goal anymore. The goal is to actually get out of the relegation zone and try to maintain in the 17th, the 16th, the 15th, the 14th, maybe if we're lucky. That is just the goal this time. Hello, how's it going? How you doing? Did you hear we signed Drosky 8 million Schmeichel placement? Yeah, anything with the goalkeeper situation, I did hear about it, but necessarily, if you ask me, we need outfield players. That's the most thing because scoring goals, it's what makes a difference. It what gives you the points. It's what gives you the win. The goals for Ward today or yesterday, the goals that were scored, as much as we can blame Ward, like it's also the defense. The defense gave those easy access ways. Like I said, with James Justin, the left side was so vulnerable, and he's just has been way off in his defense. And I'm beginning to think that we have to look for other options with other than James Justin. Right now, we don't. We have Luke Thomas, but I'm not really confident in him. Ryan Bertrand's injured. That guy's not going to even doesn't even fit close to the qualities of James Justin and Luke Thomas. But also the left side with Harvey Barnes. That's another thing where, like I said, we have to. I as much as I have so much confidence in Harvey Barnes, um, we have to look in and see other options because he's not progressing. And I did say it on Ant's Leicester fan channel as well as Beyond the 90 LCFC. With these players, also, if you haven't subscribed to them, subscribe to them. Great guys, great quality, great content regarding Leicester City. Hey, Jan, how you doing? Yes, my name is Jeff, Fox of Fox Report. Yeah, so with Harvey Barnes, from what we saw against Forest, playing great, but he just hasn't been consistent game by game. He plays great one game, other game he plays poor. And it's just not adding up. It's not working for us. And we're all relying on him, thinking that he'll get better, but it's not. And if you see now, it's just a waste of space because we gave him balls. He couldn't do anything about it. And it's just, we have to, if it progresses further like this, we're going to have to think of looking for other options regarding that left wing spot. And of course, the right wing spot, which we have no one. We have Madison there, but he preferably needs to be in the middle. But at this point, we have no one, so he has to fulfill that spot. But yes, let me just add a couple more banners here. What do you guys rate Daka's performance? 1 to 10. So, what do you guys rate Daka's performance? He scored, yes, and that's important. But I think there are much more qualities he needs to get first, as well as you see Vardy making much more of a giving much more options when he came on in that, the last 30 minutes, was it 35 minutes? You see Vardy opening up, coming back, actually being a bit more aggressive rather than Daka trying to hold the ball up top, but gets beaten down. Things like that. I say yes, he fits the qualities of Vardy, but Vardy has a bit more aggressiveness in him that Daka needs to attain. Slowly but surely. But frankly, yes, there's nothing more there's nothing that you can say that Daka shouldn't have started and Vardy should have started. No, I think it worked out well, but just the whole team itself. We did not produce anything up top. We couldn't create. And going back to everyone, from what I'm hearing on social media, saying that we've been coming back or we've been sitting back too much and we allowed Bournemouth to come. Yes, that half of that is true, but in the second half, from the start of those last 45 minutes, we were defending well. We were taking the ball in the middle, all the way up to the fact where we just didn't come back. It's not like we all dropped back and allowed them to come. We didn't come back to support. There was so much open space with that whole KDH losing the ball on the left side. And then it's almost a 1v1 with Face and I think it was Solanke, was it? Or another player, just correct me if I'm wrong. And things like that, things like that. And it sucks. Daka was good, 8 out of 10. Rodgers hit sucks. So yes, how has Rodgers not gotten sacked yet? I know it's. I want to say yes. If things aren't working well for the team, then that's one part. Yes, that has to happen. He needs to be sacked, but also the players must take fault for the match too, for not being attentive to Bournemouth's counterattack, not coming back in time, and not producing anything up top. There's only so much Rodgers can do. And I'm not saying that Rodgers needs to stay, but we also need to put the players at fault for that terrible performance, because there's been so many giveaways in that match against Bournemouth where I'm like, what are you guys doing? Oli says, I don't know if Rodgers should go. I mean, it's if there's only so much a new manager will do, but a new manager is not going to teach you those basic, football. Don't pass the ball if someone is being completely marked, or don't pass the ball if you don't know if someone's being marked. Like things like that, basic, simple football 101 mistakes that we made against Bournemouth. And Fast made some of those, which I was surprised. A completely different player compared to the match against Tottenham, compared to the match against Forest. So yeah. Oli says, is it Top's fault for not sacking him, or Brendan, or maybe the players? I think we have been giving Brandon so much time, and this should serve as a clear example for the future managers that come, the future contracts we give them, to not allow this, to not be in the point where we can't apparently afford to sack him because it's so much money that we don't have. So hopefully, as whichever solution happens regarding Brendan Rodgers, whether he gets sacked, whether he just resigns, doubt he'll resign. But now for future contracts, this should not happen. We should not be, owing the manager so much money if we sack him. So yeah, we have to, it's pretty bad. So, like I said, if somehow something just changes in the team and how we play, the fact that if we get a new manager in, then so be it. Let it happen, because we have to change just our whole mentality. We were just the thumbnail of this video is I've been lied to. We all have been lied. It was such a false hope compared to the match against Forest, where I thought we're gonna have great chemistry, something similar to how we played on Monday. But in yesterday's match against Bournemouth, it was a completely different performance where we did not create anything. Completely just another Leicester City side. And from what Rodgers said was that he was feeling that old Leicester side again. No, not at all. Not at all. And I think Rob Tanner says it, and it's true. It's true. Yeah. But let me go ahead and just take that out. But yes, any more thoughts regarding that match, guys? Let me know. Let's see what we have here. It's the player's fault, but at the same time, top shop. If he's here, he would have gone now. Yes, that is true. Like I said, yes, Rodgers has been here for such a very long time. So many games. I think playing the way we played now, if our former chairman was here, he would have sacked him by the Brighton game, maybe before then. But Brighton game sure would have, clear as day, would have been the cutoff for Rodgers sacking. So yeah, definitely that's not untrue at all. But yes, that's pretty much all I have to say. The fact that now, looking forward into the final or the rest of the season, our challenge is 17th, 16th, 15th. Like that is our reality now. No more looking more beyond that. We're not going to go for Europe unless, give or take, the League Cups. But our mission, our objective is 16, 17, 15. Stay there. If you can go higher, great. But do not go ahead looking beyond that, chasing for Conference League, nothing. Like that will honestly be the most enjoyable thing to see, is us getting out of the relegation zone and being mid-table, not in relegation zone, bottom mid-table, just staying there. And then hopefully, next season during that summer, we'll regroup then. But these are desperate times, desperate measures. So yes. Marty, I think, yeah. Nice name there. I think that Brendan should have left after we battled Champions League. Yes. That is true. Yes. Maybe. Yes. That was annoying. Like the fact that we, in the 1920 season where the COVID happened and, a lot of things could have played a part in the fact that we didn't qualify for Champions League, but 2020, 21, yes. And that was also because of Europa League playing those matches, 2 matches a week, it came to just a realization that we don't have players to be subbing in and out consistently because our subs just don't match the same qualities as our starters. So yes, that also is true. Yeah, he should have gone against Brighton, and I thought he was going to. Everyone thought, you lose 5-2. I do not disagree whatsoever. That's very true. We all thought Tottenham was literally everyone thought he was gonna get sacked, but yeah. If this Madison, I don't disagree. If he needs to leave, by God, we don't deserve him. He's playing great. He's really giving his effort for the team. I would not be surprised if he left. I wouldn't want him to leave, of course. He's a great player. He definitely is the difference of the team. I think without him right now, we would be losing matches like 4-0, 5-0, and have no attack whatsoever, not even any shot on goal. He's the one that creates the plays. Barnes right now, not very, if he were to leave today, I wouldn't be as surprised, or I wouldn't be sad or mad about it, because he hasn't been doing anything. He hasn't. He's been so inconsistent. And I really like Barnes. He's a great player, but has just been very inconsistent, not adding up each match and just not playing well. So yeah. Tottenham reached the lines. Yes. So let me go over to the table as it is right now. So give me 1 second, guys. All right. Sorry, guys. Hold up. Give me 1 second. But I'm looking over the table right now. I can't show my screen because I apparently had that locked. But okay, so I was going to look at the table. I'll tell you where I was right now. So right now we're in 20th place with Forest we're in 19th. Forest are in 20th. Wolves are in 18th. Southampton 17, Aston Villa 16, and Crystal Palace 15th. So we have 4 points. Safety 17 has 7 points. Southampton has 7 points. 16th place, Aston Villa have 8 points, and Crystal Palace have 9. I think, yes. So Forest and Villa play tomorrow. We best hope for a tie, or for Forest to win, because I don't want anyone progressing further as much as Forest. I don't want Forest to go up either. We need to make sure the first 4 in front of us, Wolves, Southampton, Aston Villa, Crystal Palace, stay as close as possible. If that includes Forest, coming up too, so be it. But I don't want anyone in front of us, the first 3 positions at least, to be that far away, because that's going to be one heck of a challenge later on. Susie, what do you predict we will finish in the season? I don't know. But I want us to finish. If it has to be 17th place, so be it. I just want us to finish outside of the relegation zone. We all want to. We don't want to be in championship. That will be just. I can't imagine that. The fact that all of our starters on paper are good, and all the teams in the Premier League would die for our players. If we were to go to championship next season, they would take them all. And it would be literally a whole new rebuild from the championship. And yeah, that would just be a disaster. I think Madison is by far the best player at the minute, giving it his best. Daka, yes, a new, same qualities as Vardy, Quick has pace, but needs to add a bit more body there, not really fall down too easily, because that just messes up the whole scheme of attacking. And like I said, with everyone just looking and waiting for that foul, the other team's progressing with the attack, and we're left shorthanded. Yes, Vardy, hopefully it comes, but he is demonstrating still his qualities. The pace isn't there, but the awareness, the playmaking, supporting Madison, supporting Tielemans or Barnes, like it's there. Like his mentality, reading the game, it's there. And Vardy, that's important for him. Certainly shouldn't be playing the entire match, but either play the first half, then come off around the 60th minute, or with Daka, do it vice versa. Daka starts and then Daka comes off, just like in the match against Bournemouth. Who will finish higher, Leicester or Forest? I don't know. We're the same. We're literally the same. The fact that we beat Forest 4-0, that kind of tells us who is the least worst. So I'm just going off our last match. I'm going off the Monday's match, and I'll see if Forest win tomorrow against Villa, then I'll say, playing like however they play against Villa, they'll finish higher than us. But if they lose against Villa, then I'll say, they're a little worse than we are, but not that far off. So as of right now, depending on the results, I think Leicester will finish, above Forest. And yeah. So who we have next? We have Palace, and they won. They beat let's see. They beat they play hold on 1 second. They beat Leeds. Leeds isn't doing too bad. They beat Leeds, and it's always been a tough match against Palace. We're playing at home. So yeah, I don't know. The fact that we're playing like this, we're going to lose easily. Zaha is going to have a field day with our left back, right back, whichever they put him, because right now, hopefully you don't put him right back and see that James Justin is just very vulnerable to it, because anyone can right now take him on. Anyone. And Zaha has the skills, has the vision, has the pace. We have to watch out for that. So that's what we have next. We have Crystal Palace, and I don't know what to expect. I don't. Of course, we want a much better performance, but I can't take anything out of the Bournemouth match and say that we're going to, give a good fight against Palace, because that would be untrue. Just reading off that match, we're going to lose badly. But what are your opinions, guys? What's your, what's your take on this match? Who was the worst player? Who was the best player for you? Did Bournemouth deserve the win? Without a doubt, they did. Without a doubt, they did. But guys, of course, like I said, remember to drop a like and subscribe. Everything Leicester City that we have here. But I guess that's it, really. That's all that I have for this post-match review. 2-1, disappointing. And yeah. All right, guys, I'll see you next time for the pre-match review. That will be next Saturday against Crystal Palace at 7:30 my time, a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I probably should have the pre-match review, I want to say, on Thursday or Wednesday, but the latest Thursday. All right, guys, I'll see you next time for that pre-match review. Take care.